So obviously I've had a lot of comments and messages asking where Bee is, and the truth is she's decided she doesn't want to be in a relationship anymore with me and wants to move back to England. So it's been a shock and incredibly hard to deal with, as you can imagine. It's really not been easy, but over the past 20 years we've achieved some amazing things together, and I'll always remember them good times. And it's now time for Bee to take on a new chapter and pursue her hopes and dreams, and I wish her nothing but the best for the future, for me and the YouTube channel. Nothing changes. It will follow me chasing my goals and my ambitions, and I can't wait to bring you guys along for all of the exciting things that I got planned and the projects and ideas that I have. And I hope you guys will respect our privacy and understand that it really hasn't been easy for me, but I hope you'll stick with me and you'll hang around and keep supporting me and the channel. And there's nothing really more to say. So I am just on my way to go and try and find some cherry trees that still have beautifully ripe cherries left on them, and the squirrels haven't stole them all. So I'm going to head down to the cherry orchard and start there, because that obviously makes sense, because that's where most of the cherry trees are. But we have them scattered around all over the places, and some of the best ones are actually not in the cherry orchard. So let's see what we can find. So here's a little update on how the lake is looking, and I've got to say, look at that reflection of the house in the water. Ooh, it looks good. It looks really, really good. And every time I look out the window, I can see this clear water, and it's a dream come true. Every time I come outside or I look out the window of the house and I see the lake and I see it clear, it throws me off a bit. I'm still not used to it, because there was months and months and months of just seeing that pink red azolla sitting on the surface, and now it just looks incredible. I'm so used to seeing that duck just there floating in the water and the aeration just being surrounded by azolla, but now it's clear. It honestly, it just looks incredible, even better in person and on video. I've got myself a little basket, so the goal is to fill this basket full of cherries, and then I can decide what I'm actually going to make with them. And actually, I think this is a good start. The cherry tree's just here. I haven't even got to the orchard yet, but I'm seeing nice ripe cherries. Look at that. Perfect for the picking. So I'm going to get them picked and just work my way down a little bit. Also, there's a lot more cherries on this tree next to it as well. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see, because some of them have already been taken by squirrels and animals and stuff like that. But you've got to understand, I've been going through a lot. There's a lot of stress, things to get sorted, and yeah, it's not been easy. So this is just picking what I can, you know, like I can't do everything on my own all year on the farm. So yeah, this is meant to be just a little enjoyable thing that I can do, get out on the property, and yeah, I do like eating the cherries, so it'll be a job well done. But obviously we have like 200 plus trees here, and this year it's not been great for them anyway, because we had so much rain at the wrong time for cherry season, and the rain honestly destroyed a lot of them. There was I've probably seen since last year the difference, probably like 50% difference. It's unbelievable. But there are on the higher branches a few that are ready to be picked, so let's do it.
I give you the shirt off my back if you ask me. Spend every penny that I have to make you happy. What's mine is yours, that's what I'm here for. If you ever need someone who really cares, I'll be up before the sun, meet you anywhere, no matter what's on your mind, I'll make time. If you ever need someone, I'll be there. If you need a little light in your life, just say so. I'll hang a star in the sky out your window. What's mine is yours, that's what I'm here for.
I didn't know that you could get so sweaty picking cherries. I'm a sweaty mess, but that was actually very therapeutic. I can imagine, like, if you work on a cherry farm where you work in 10-12 hour days picking cherries, it's probably not the most therapeutic thing in the world. It's very hard work, but that was very enjoyable, and I think some sort of cherry crumble would be amazing to make. And I have some more fruit on the new project property as well that I'm going to be picking soon. So there we have it. That is my haul for today, and it weighs a lot. That would be very expensive on the side of the road, and definitely even more expensive in the supermarkets. So that is what it's all about, really, isn't it? Like picking your own produce, your own fruit on your doorstep, and being able to make things from it, and yeah, eat the food that was grown right here. You know where it's come from, and completely healthy. We haven't sprayed it with any chemicals. It's completely organic, and it does mean that you lose a certain amount, a percentage of the cherries, because animals will come in, birds will come in, but we've got so many trees that it makes sense to just keep it an organic operation, let them do their thing, and then you go and find the best cherries for yourself.
I was sorry then when I left in November by the water's edge. I heard you sing through the pines. Not a day goes on where I don't remember.
So I'm just about to leave the property because I've decided to be kind to myself and go to one of my favourite spots to go cold water swimming, right up in the mountains, 4x4 track to get there. There's going to be no one around, and just take some time to myself to just enjoy the process. I absolutely love cold water swimming, so yeah, let's go. It's good for my back as well. I have made it up the worst part of the track so far. It's still a little bit bumpy, but nothing major. It's definitely not for the faint-hearted, this road, but it's well worth it. And the weather has gone super strange. It's really muggy, and it feels like there could be a storm, or we've got the Saharan dust that has come over again. We get the Saharan dust so often in the last couple of years, and it just covers all vehicles and everything, and you shouldn't really be outside breathing that in for too long, I think, but I can't wait to go for a swim. This is going to feel so refreshing.
Something lasting, something true, tethered up inside of you and me.
Do you want your very own website but don't know where to start? Why not try out Squarespace and see for yourself how simple it is to create your very own professional looking website in no time. Designed with the user in mind, Squarespace has an easy and uncomplicated interface so you can bring your ideas to life. Browse through their templates to see which one works for you and the web page you have in mind. You can preview each template to see how it looks in real time, and it's no hassle to switch up the template at any point. We've changed our website template a couple of times over the years and it's been a breeze. The templates are customizable, Add and remove any features you want whilst altering the colour, font, layout and more. Squarespace gives you the option to buy your own domain directly through them, where you can search through various options and buy multiple domains if you wish. Handy features such as their free logo maker, newsletter and even a commerce section ensures you can have the website you want. We love having everything to do with our website in one place rather than having numerous third-party applications that all have to tie in together. Squarespace has wrapped it all up in one. So what you're waiting for? Click the link in our description or head to squarespace.com/indieprojects for a 14-day free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
I absolutely love this place because it's in the middle of nowhere. There's no phone signal, there's no people. I can guarantee I'm not going to see another person. Like 100% I won't see another person here, which is always nice. I love just getting away in the mountains on my own, no distractions, and beautifully cold water that I can't wait to get into. I have just started to hear the water, which is a good sign. And we're in the mountains. The weather can be very unpredictable, even in the summer, but this time of year we have lots of storms. But it's a beautiful track, a nice little, I wouldn't even call it a hike, to be honest. It's more of a stroll down this hill. It's a lot harder going back, but getting there is probably only a 3 or 4 minute walk from where I've parked up. Let's hope it doesn't get too boggy. And if I do bump into someone, they're going to be like, why is this weirdo carrying a tripod and talking to a camera? So as predicted, it's got a little bit boggy, but shouldn't be too bad. This area here is always a little bit boggy. I can actually see my tyre from my motorbike from last time I was here, which is pretty cool. And if I cross this area, we are very nearly there. That was deeper than I imagined it was going to be. I have arrived and it's the perfect time of the day because it's the hottest part of the day. It's just coming up to about 4 o'clock, which is the hottest part of the day here. And it really does, it warms up really quickly from about 12 till 4. But welcome to paradise. So the cool thing about this place is there's many different pools to swim in. So you can see down there, there's a pool with a little waterfall. And then if I step over these stones, you'll be able to see how cool this place is. It's almost like a lagoon at the top and then cascading waterfalls all the way down with this beautiful eroded granite stone. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. That is absolutely glorious. It's so cold, I can feel my skin burning. Oh.
Don't let go, there ain't no love that's like go. Take me home, I'm holding on, dear. There ain't no love like our love. There ain't no love like our love.
I really do not think it gets better than this. This is like my ideal place to hang out. And I've got an idea. What do you guys think if I took the UTV or my dirt bike and loaded it up with camping gear and just headed out into the middle of nowhere in the mountains and camped out for a night or two and bring you guys along with me? Let me know in the comments if you'd enjoy to actually see that. So that is me, fully recharged, fully revived, ready to fight another day. It's just magical, isn't it? Like, nature is so healing and just gives you everything that you need.
The kids are running around, climbing the trees, picking the flowers and chasing the bees. Living off bread and homemade wine is gonna be fine by me. We've been staying inside for quite some time, living on the edges of a world gone by. We lost Bill Withers and we lost John Prine, picking up the pieces of...
So it is an incredibly warm day today, so that is why I'm up nice and early to try and get the coolest part of the day. But I can already feel that it's warming up. I'm standing in the shade of the UTV and it's it's toasty. But I've come down to the new property because I'm going to pick some more fruit. So this right here is a loquat tree, and this is a really tasty fruit. And as you can see, this tree is absolutely massive. You're talking 20 feet high at least. It is huge, but these are ripe and ready to go. I don't really know how to give you guys like a scale of the tree, but obviously I'm a man. I'm quite tall. The tree's massive. It's got so much fruit on it. I could feed myself, all of my neighbours and my friends, which is really nice because I just have so much fruit. Like, just here, there's more fruit. There's so many fruit trees just on this small little field right here that it's just brilliant. And this is not the only loquat tree. Just down there, you can see that's a loquat, and there's a loquat behind it. And that's not including the loquats on Miracle Mountain as well. So an abundance of fruit. Let's get picking.
On a San Antonio, where the cold winds are blowing, a place far from home, where the road never dies. And you told me then that your heart was a heavy, you're the right love at the wrong time. You're the right love at the wrong time.
So the goal really isn't just to collect as many loquats as I can in one time and be done with it. These will actually stay ripe on the tree for a little while longer. So what I'm going to do is just take what I need for the next week, and then when it's a little bit cooler, I'll come down, I'll pick a load more. But really what I need is a chest freezer. So obviously you can preserve and freeze and keep all of this fruit and produce that you can then use later on in the year. Okay, so let's try and break one of these open so I can show you what it actually looks like inside. So normally I'd do this with a knife, but you can see inside you got all of these seeds. You take them out, basically just gut the inside, and then you're left with this nice kind of fleshy fruit, which is good for all sorts of different things. Really tasty as well. I definitely recommend trying them. So I'm currently just standing in a bush in the shade because, like I keep mentioning, it's very warm. But a very interesting turn of events, because I was on my way from the new project picking the loquats to my small pond that I built on Miracle Mountain, and on the way I saw a native terrapin right in the road. It was very close. I managed to stop in time. It was bang centre in the middle of the road, so had to move it out of the road anyway, and it's really not far from the pond, which I imagine is where it was going anyway, but there was a big stone wall in its way and it wouldn't have been able to get there. So I'm going to give it a helping hand and release it into the pond. So here it is. It's obviously a little bit nervous and has put its head inside its shell, but it's very cute indeed, and it will have a great life in the pond. plenty of food for it and it can thrive. I'm sure that's where it was heading anyway. It was so close. The small pond and the diversity in there just blows me away. Like, I only completed that 1 year ago and already there's so much wildlife that has just brought itself to the pond. I've seen deer drink in here, the wild boar come down and drink from it. There's plenty of fish in there, frogs, dragonflies, like all the wildlife you can imagine pretty much comes down to this and uses this small pond, and that's exactly why I created it. So I've decided to put the terrapin just on the edge of the water so it can decide where it wants to go. I'm not forcing it to do anything. And it's by this nice rocky area on this little sandy shallow patch, and oh, it's just sticking its head out. Hello, mate. You're gonna have a good life here, I can tell. So a drive-by looks very different in a city than it does in the countryside. This is a countryside drive-by, picking cherries on the move. Let's go. So that was a very unexpected and interesting turn of events, and when you live on a big property or a farm like this, you can always expect, pretty much the only thing you can expect is the unexpected, because there's always something around the corner. You just never know what's going to happen. And unfortunately, I have some sad news, because I came back to the chicken coop and William, our cockerel, had died, and it looks like natural causes. There's no sign of like a predator got into the coop. All of the other chickens were completely fine, and it literally just looks like old age. He was over 4 years old, and he did an incredible job looking after his girls, finding them food, defending off predators, and yeah, he was a joy to have around. And some people might go, oh, you know, it's just a chicken, but for us, the animals are part of the family, and when one dies on the farm, it never gets any easier. But he did have a very fulfilling life, free ranging around and eating all the food he could dream of. So yeah, it's sad, but unfortunately it's part and parcel of living on a farm. So I did, however, build this little stone area and bury him in this woodland, which the chickens would hang out in a lot when it's really warm. And I obviously put the W for William on there, and that will remind us of him. Absolute legend. So that's it once again for another video. I'm going to call it there. It's not a video that I wanted to make at all. I put it off for a while, but unfortunately there's lots of things that I have to work through. You guys obviously wanted to know what was going on, which I can understand, but like I said before, please respect our privacy. We're human beings, and it's not an easy time at all. So I will be continuing, like I said, with the videos, and I really hope you'll stick with me and follow my journey and see where my dreams take me and what projects I've got coming up.